Mehdi, we should definitely talk about Gaza. Israel's begun another ground operation there. Your thoughts on where things stand in that regard, where it's going. I'm in Ireland right now, and I will tell you, I don't know if you've ever been to Ireland. This surprised me how, where the views are as it relates to Gaza here in Ireland. They're extremely sympathetic towards the Palestinian people there and the Palestinian cause. But your thoughts on where things stand right now, not to ask you a totally open-ended question that you can go on forever and ever on. Yeah.
No. Let me just address the two parts of your question. One on Ireland.
Yeah.
The Irish people, God bless them, Spanish people, a lot of European countries, the rank and file regular voters have not backed their government's pro-Israel stances. Actually, the Spanish and Irish governments have been relatively good compared to the German or French governments. The Germans have been awful in terms of this genocide, in terms of their complicity in the genocide. I think that the public opinion is changing around the world, Jim. Here in the United States, you saw the Quinnipiac poll that came out last week. A majority of Americans want to end arms sales to Israel. 50% of Americans say it's a genocide. Only 1 in 3 Americans says it's not a genocide. So the American public has switched. Earlier this year, Pew found that for the first time ever, a majority of Americans now had a negative view of Israel. That's never happened before. So the Netanyahu has led Israel into that kind of isolated place with his genocide, with his man-made famine, with his indictment at the International Criminal Court. On Sunday, Jim, the Israeli Security Cabinet met, and for the first time in modern Israeli history, the entire security establishment, the generals, the head of the Air Force, the Navy, the Mossad, all of them said to Netanyahu, do not carry on this war into Gaza City. Do not try and conquer all of Gaza. It will not save the hostages. There is a deal on the table which Hamas has signed. Remember, we keep being told, if only Hamas signed it. Hamas has said, we're up for the deal. Netanyahu is saying no. The head of the Israeli military said it is up to Benjamin Netanyahu to sign this deal. We've done our part. There is nothing more the military can do. He must sign this deal. That's the head of the Israeli military, not some lefty anti-Zionist, the head of the Israeli military. So Netanyahu has isolated himself at home, abroad, and look, one important point for your viewers watching here. Joe Biden, and I've said this many times, was deeply complicit in this genocide. He gave Netanyahu everything he wanted madly, even though he knew Netanyahu was working with Trump against him. And Biden went along with it, the whole bear hug bullshit. Now you have Donald Trump, who's gone even further than Biden. And Netanyahu said explicitly to his cabinet, Jim, this is reported in the Israeli press, that Donald Trump backs me. He wants me to go all in and get this done. So people who unfortunately thought, oh, Donald Trump will be anti-war, he'll be less interventionist, he'll be tougher on BB,
Nobel Peace
he's a
Prize,
deal maker. Bullshit. The guy goes around, he said, did 7 wars. No, you've worsened the worst genocide of our lifetime. Everything Netanyahu is doing right now, Donald Trump is 100% complicit in.